Some teachers are great. Some teachers are dreadful, awful, appalling, horrific, and 57 more. Let's start with my first teachers I remember. I was probably 5 at that time. We'll call the teacher Miss Toast and Chocolate Pie. Miss TACP was a very good teacher. There's not much to say except she made lessons fun. Next we have Mrs. Bopflop. She isn't very notable, just an average teacher. But for a few months she was replaced by Miss Milk before cereal. Terrible thing to do. Every day, a lot of students, including me, would cry outside of the building. She would often shout and scream. By far the worst teacher, and we were only 6 years old. The next teacher isn't very notable, so we won't say anything. This year we had 3 teachers. The first teacher, Mrs. was again not very notable. Then we had Mr. I ran out of names. He was a bit funny. Miss Average then returned. Next we had Mrs. Regular. She was like Miss Average but a bit nicer. Our TA was Mrs. X. How do so many teachers average? Then we had Mr. Epic. He was extremely funny and my favourite teacher. He wasn't strict and had great humour. The TA was Mr. Water, which is quite similar to his real name. He was a bit strict but quite a nice teacher. Now my 2 current teachers. Mrs. Story. She would tell a lot of stories and was amazing at teaching. Something I'd like to say is that Mr. Water retired recently. The TA was Miss Average 2.0. She's average. Subscribe.